Good evening, and welcome to the first edition of Beast Tea Weekly, where we spill the tea on what's going on in the book world, overall, upcoming releases, cover reveals, news that we want to talk about. And then we take a deep dive into what's going on in the world of Triple B, the Bearded Book Beast, what he's reading, what he's going to be reading, what's going on with the channel, videos coming up, and his writing. Thank you for being here. It's me. It's me. It's Triple B. Let's spill that tea. What's up, beasties? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, it's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. You may be wondering, what is happening? Well, don't you worry. This is still your favorite show, but this is going to be the way I do my weekly videos where I recap what I've been reading, talk about what's coming up. This will be where we do weekly wrap-ups, monthly wrap-ups, all of that fun stuff, TBRs, and it's going to be also mixed in with some fantasy sci-fi news, cover reveals, upcoming releases, all that stuff, all jam-packed together in a fun news report that's going to be titled The Weekly Beast Tea, or The Beast Tea Weekly. Haven't decided yet. It's going to be called The Beast Tea Weekly, where we're going to spill that tea. So, without further ado, let me get back into character and let's get started. Here we go. Our first story of the night, Salem's Lot, the new adaptation on Max, aired this past Thursday. I have not watched it yet. Beasties, let me know if you have. It has not gotten great reviews. It's been mixed. Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad, some people say it's not going to be the best adaptation ever, but it's solid and it's a good time. I we'll see what I think. I'm planning to watch it soon, and I will let you all know, hopefully this week, so that next week in the weekly Beast Tea Weekly, I can let you know. So, let me know if you've watched it and what you thought. But it is available now on Max. Go check it out if you haven't yet. In other news, as everyone knows, Brandon Sanderson is coming out with the 5th book in his Stormlight archive, Wind and Truth. The cover reveal was recently. I'm not going to talk about that. That's old news. It is a beautiful cover, though, I think. But this week, he did open up pre-orders for signed copies of Wind and Truth with some swag. And as anyone could have guessed, it sold out in negative 10 seconds. If you were there, like a certain bearded book beast was, hoping to get a copy, and you spammed your buy button right away, you were met with the message, already sold out. Which means it must have been sold out before it was open to buy. If any of you beasties in the comments were lucky enough to get one, let me know, so that I can live vicariously through you, because I did not get one. But that is amazing. That's awesome. Not a surprise. Also, if you go on Barnes & Noble, they have a signed edition option also, but of course it has been sold out for the past year. So, if anyone knows, has a little inside track on how to get a signed copy, let me and everyone else know, because that would be awesome. In other news, Broken Binding has announced and revealed the book that will be in their Halloween October theme box, and it is The Black Hunger by Nicholas Polan. And this looks beautiful. You can see the picture, the mock-up of the special edition. There'll be some goodies in there. I cannot wait to get my hands on this box. It goes live Monday at 7 p.m. BST, so figure that out depending on where you're at. I think for me that means I'm going to have to make sure I'm on the ball around 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock. I'm not good with time, but I will figure it out. But 7 p.m. BST, whatever that is for you, let's all try to get that Halloween box, because Black Hunger sounds like a great book, and this looks like a beautiful version. It was a book that I wanted to get anyway. Now I'm even more excited. There was also a recent, in the indie space, on the social medias, there was a post made about how somebody believed that some indie authors were going so all out that it made them feel like what they were doing wasn't good enough. And I say nay. That is a silly way to think. We should be supporting each other. And I've gotten books from indie authors that were just signed in a box with just a little tissue paper to make it be safe. And that was awesome. I loved it. Loved getting the book and talking to the author. I've gotten goodie boxes full of a bunch of goodies and beautiful bookmarks and all sorts of stuff. And that's awesome too. Do what works for you, and I think we should all support each other. And if someone goes all out and makes a beautiful presentation and does awesome, heck yeah, good for them, and that's awesome. But if that's not your cup of tea, that's okay, don't do it. I think we all just need to support each other and be happy for each other. And if you see somebody doing a beautiful job and going above and beyond and working their tail off, I say you give them a clap, because it's awesome. We got to support each other. And if that's not your cup of tea, that's okay. But don't put down what someone else is doing because you don't want to do it. That's what I have to say about that. As we prepare to talk about books that are coming out this week, here's a special look at a book that came out actually this past week, and that is Falling into Oblivion by Aaron M. Payne, also known as Bibliotheory, Cyber Dragons, a cyberpunk world, a detective, vigilante, Batman-style, dark, gritty city, one man, one father, one husband trying to stand above corruption and crime and do what's right and support his family. I already read it, and it's very good. I highly recommend it, and I cannot wait for my hardcover signed edition to come in. Links down below to this book and all the books we're about to talk about. But it came out. He's got some great pre-orders, and it's very exciting. I was on his channel for a shindig party. You should go to his channel and check it out. He had some awesome authors on there that I just sat in awe of and barely said a word, because that's what happens when you're surrounded by authors that you look up to and are inspired by and are a fanboy about. But they're all awesome people, and it was a fun time. Go support Aaron, buy his book. It is fantastic. Time to talk about some books that are coming out this week. First up, we have Blood of the Old Kings by Sung Il Kim. This is a fantasy book. Sounds pretty awesome. Let me read you the blurb. You can see the cover image right there. This is from Tor Books, and it was actually initially published in 2016. It's been translated now, and it's going to be released on October 8th. Blood of the Old Kings is an epic fantasy narrative about three characters willing to do whatever it takes to eliminate their oppressive empire. The book is Sung Il Kim's debut novel, containing fantasy elements such as necromancy and dragons. Necromancy and dragons? Say no more. Blood of the Old Kings is a translated book that many non-Korean readers have been waiting to get their hands on, including this guy. It's actually coming as part of my Inkstone book subscription box. I'm going to get a nice special edition I'll be able to show off to you all. Look forward to that. Also, in the indie space, there's a couple books that I want to talk about. First up, we have a sequel. This is A Promise of Blood, Book 2 in R.A. Sandpaper's series, the Emma Frey series. I cannot tell you what this is about because it's a sequel, of course. But I will tell you what the first book is about. And that is A Pocket of Lies. Cover right here. Let me tell you what that's about. Bloodbound and penniless, exiled into cursed lands, hunted by death. When the thief Suri suffers a humiliating robbery, she has one day to pay off an ugly debt. Her solution? Abduct and impersonate a foreign princess at the royal ball. But the wickedly handsome Fey Lord of the Wasteland, Cole, has gate-crashed the party to find the princess she's pretending to be. And worse, his bodyguards are the same ones who robbed her the night before. With Suri's knife lodged in Cole's right-hand man, stolen trinkets in her pockets, and now her kidnapped princess missing, she can't outrun the law. The king exiles her with one condition: assassinate Cole, and all is forgiven. But Cole has promised his own brutal revenge against her if his wastelands don't kill her first. That sounds pretty good. I've heard amazing things about this, and I cannot wait. I ordered book 1 and book 2. It should be coming in soon. Cannot wait to get my hands on them. Book 2 is out now. And for cover reveals, we have a doozy here. This is a cover reveal for an upcoming book that should be out hopefully in 2025, maybe later. But this is by ZB Steel, and it is called Whispers of the Storm. Beautiful cover, amazing, gorgeous. ZB's an awesome guy. Cannot wait for this. Let me tell you what this book is about, because it's going to get you hyped, especially after seeing this cover. Redland of the Woods, Vanguard, Legend, Assassin, Reaper. Listen to my story. I wasn't always the monster they see me as. Half of the songs they sing are stories of my grandeur. The other half are tales of my misdeeds. The sad truth is that they're all true. So listen to my tale and learn why it all happened. Learn the reason for the war, the reason for all the death. Listen to my tale and listen well. I won't be alive long enough to tell it again. So this is going to be an amazing book. I cannot wait to get my hands on. Think King Killer Chronicle, this great assassin legend has been captured. He's going to be put to death, and he's telling his story of everything that he did and his past. So it sounds awesome. Cannot wait for it. ZB's a great guy. Cannot wait to share more about that book so I can help everyone support him. What a cover. Now to get into some Bearded Book Beast news about the channel, about what I've been reading, what's going on. First up, the name of our Bookmail opener, the sword right here. After much discussion and decision and hard thinking, I've decided there's only one name that fits this beauty. That is the Bookbringer. Feast your eyes. The Bookbringer shall return this week. Right now, for a quick break, let's go to the Bearded Book Beast, coming live to us somewhere in the house to talk to us about a little segment he likes to call, Is This Coffee Good? What's up, Beasties? So I am here with a little segment to try out my newest bag of coffee from Caffeine and Legends subscription book box service. One of my favorites. You get a book, usually an indie author, signed with a letter from them and some goodies, and also a bag of coffee or hot chocolate or tea, depending on what you like. I always choose the coffee. So I have to grind it up and into grounds and make it myself. So this month's was called Eternal Flame from GimmeCoffee.com. So here we go. Dark chocolate, black licorice, campfire in a cup. So I ground it up. I've got some in a cup here. Let's see what we think. That's good. I give that a solid 8 out of 10. It is like a campfire in a cup. I'm not a big fan of black licorice, though, and I can taste a little bit of that in there, but not a lot. And I don't have creamer in here. It's straight up. So if I had creamer in there, I'd probably barely taste that. But I can definitely taste the chocolate. Pretty tasty. Back to the news. Back to the Beast Tea Weekly. Still just as good. Exhilarating. Next up, we're going to go back to the Bearded Book Beast, somewhere else in the house, coming to us live. And he's going to tell us about his special edition of the week. Get ready. We know we love those beautiful books. What's up, Beasties? This is a segment that I like to call the special edition of the week. And this week's special edition had to be Diamond Edition of Empire of Silence from Christopher Rocchio. And it is gorgeous, as you can see. Look at that beautiful, stunning cover. Wraps around. Look at the text and the formatting and the font. It looks very awesome. It has like a very cool 80s, 90s sci-fi fantasy feel to it. Love it. It's got beautiful red sprayed edges. And yes, I am using my water bottle as a mic stand. We are creative around here. Look at this naked hardcover. Got the devil on the front, of course, for his family crest. Speaking of that, a little logo on the back, the Sun Eater with Christopher Rocchio's signature. Beautiful spine. We've got an image of the Colosseum as both the end papers. And then we got a beautiful colored print right here of Hadrian and Vulca. And then it's signed by Christopher, of course, with the Hellsing back there. Very cool. And then it's got these images throughout. I'll just show this one so it doesn't spoil anything. There's Vulca there. But it's got images like that throughout the book. It's got a beautiful map. And the cool thing about this also is it has a short story in the back that is not in anything else at this time. I'm sure it will be in a collection eventually, but Guns of Pharaohs. So it is a beautiful edition. I love having it. I know the Broken Binding is coming out with some too that I am bummed that I did not get, but I only have so much money to spend on books, so I had to say no to some things. I got the Malazan and the Dandelion Dynasty one. So, but anyway, if he does another Diamond edition, I will be all over that one. Or maybe I'll get the Broken Binding ones down the road. Anyway, this one is beautiful. Love it. And that's all I got for you for this edition of the special edition of the week. Back to the Beast Tea Weekly. Recently, there was a video on the Bearded Book Beast channel where I recapped what I've read since the last time I did a recap. Well, I did not talk about what I had been reading this week. So now we're going to go live to the Bearded Book Beast, Triple B, so he can recap what he's been reading. And yes, I am oddly mixing talking about myself in third person and first person. That will have to be remedied in future episodes of the Beast Tea Weekly. What's up, Beasties? Time to update you on my reading for the past week. Just sitting outside. It's a nice day. It is a little windy, so we'll see if this audio is okay or not. But just want to talk about what I read this week. So I am very close to finishing up a couple of things before I dive into this month's TBR. First of all, on my Kindle, I had Dave Lawson on the channel, and I'm very close to finishing Envoys of War. It's fantastic. You should definitely check it out. Comes out in a couple weeks, and it is awesome. A lot of humor, just like Dave himself, of course. But it is a great story. It focuses on Jen and Corden, our three main characters, also Tobias. But Jen and Corden are envoys, kind of spies, and they go off on this mission that is actually a sham because they think Corden may be getting ready to betray this kingdom. But Jen and Corden are friends, so she doesn't think he is, but she has to go on this mission and keep the secret from him that she's supposed to be watching him to see if he is a turncoat. And then Corden's got his own secret plans. Then Tobias comes along, who has a history with Corden, some reason that he does not like him very much from the past, and wants revenge on him. But he is a very smart mage, and he is very crotchety and a fun character. Corden's he's a ladies' man, kind of a player, very outgoing. And then Jen is very just a tough, strong female character, doesn't need anybody, is actually aromantic, so isn't really interested in that. But it's a very interesting, great, hot mess of characters, and they're on this mission. They're all kind of secretly having their own plans and schemes. As Dave has said, this is a book full of plans and plans and plans. So, but it's a lot of fun, lots of twists and turns, lots of hilarious dialogue, lots of action. And I am having a blast with it. I'm going to finish it this weekend. So definitely look for more about that in future wrap-up. And then also I'll be finishing up this weekend Dark Bloom by Molly McCabe. I've talked about this book a lot. I've been reading it for the last couple of weeks. and it is a lot of fun. Molly is awesome. Definitely going to have her on for an interview ASAP after I finish this book. But it's a zombie apocalypse, focuses on Nick and Kate, two characters that I love, who have been through the ringer, been through a lot of emotional, dark trauma in their life and in the real world. And then this zombie apocalypse happens, and they're kind of free from that and can start fresh, albeit in a terrifying world with zombie creatures that are very scary. But the action's written well, the violence and the horror is written well. But my favorite part is this romance that builds between Nick and Kate. It's very sweet, very slow building. And they're just both characters that you can relate to through their trauma, and that you want to see succeed, and you want to see them survive and end up together. So I really loved it, and I'll be talking about that more in future wrap up as well. And then my first book of my October TBR, I did get about 100 pages into Between Two Fires by Christopher Buehlman. As I talked about it on the TBR, ooh, my camera stand is shaking from the wind. I hope it doesn't fall. Got to wrap this up quick. Anyways, we focus on a knight. Does it say his name on here? For some reason, my mind is going blank. Nope. A knight who is kind of starts off. He's a disgraced knight. He has troubles with a lot of things, a lot of vices, and he's had a rough past. But he's trying to just find work. He's working with this mercenary group, and they are doing some unsavory things he does not like. And they come to this village and this farm town where there's a young girl, and they want to do terrible things to her, and he will not stand for it. So he does what's right. And then it kicks off from there on their journey where he's with this girl, and there's a lot of horror, supernatural stuff going on. It's during the plague and the Black Death. And it's just a fun ride so far. I hear that it does get a little gross, a little body horror and stuff, but I'm excited to see where it goes from here. And I'm really having a good time with it. And then I read a graphic novel, actually two of them, volume 1 and 2 of it's actually Criminal by Ed Brubaker. And it is a lot of fun. It's about a thief who's his father was like a really famous thief, and he died in prison, and then he kind of fell into the same world, but he has all these rules to make sure he doesn't get caught and end up like his dad. He's taking care of his dad's partner, who is really old now and has dementia and all these problems, and he is keeping him in his apartment, trying to find care for him. But he's also, doing jobs that he thinks are safe because he doesn't want to get caught. But he gets roped into this big job with these crooked cops, and things go south, of course. And it's just a really exciting, fun read. I highly recommend it. And there is a show coming out with Jax Teller himself, Charlie Hunnam, who I'm excited to see play this role. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then finally, manga-wise, I did continue with Hellsing. I had read volume 2 of Hellsing, and I love it. It's a lot of fun. Going to read volume 3 here this week, and I'm going to be getting into some Berserk and other stuff, but I'll talk about that in a segment coming up and what's coming up this week. So anyway, before I blow away, I'm going to end this. That's what I read this week. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Now back to the weekly Beast tea. Let's spill that tea. All right. Thank you for that great, exciting look back at what I've been reading this week. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you're wondering, what about this coming week? What's next? After all that great stuff you read, what are you going to read next? That's our next segment. It's time to talk about what I will be reading this week. I normally don't do rereads, but I'm going to do a little reread of We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. Read this back when it came out and kind of got big on BookTube. Have not finished the trilogy, but really want to. I'm loving Mike Shackle's Witchfinder short stories. I'm going to do a video on those soon, and hopefully have him on the channel eventually. He's an awesome guy, and I love this first book, and I have these broken binding editions. So Jake at Nerd Level Writing, Alex at Escandria, and Chance at Chance Dillon Books. We're going to be they're doing a book. They're all reading that together. They're doing a buddy read of it. So I am just going to take the chance to kind of reread it a little bit. I've never really done a reread, so I'm not going to read it like word for word, but just kind of go through each chapter, read the highlights, and kind of refresh myself on the story. And then when they're ready, I'll go into book 2 and 3 and hopefully get that trilogy done, because it's one I've really wanted to read for a long time. So I'm going to be doing that a little bit too. And then the heavy hitter for this week, I'm going to finish Between Two Fires, and then as soon as that's done, I'm jumping into Speaks to Nightbird, the first Matthew Corbett book by Robert McCammon. Cannot wait. Been wanting to read this forever. It's October, spooky season, perfect time to start the series I've wanted to read for so long. Cannot wait to talk to you guys about where I'm at in that next week. And then novella-wise, I am going to be reading Death Cult by Janelle Scheich, and I'm excited. Look at that cover. I've had this for a while, waiting for October to read it, and now it's finally time to dive in. Can't wait to read it. And I'm also going to be reading a little bit at a time this month. I just found this at Meijer, at a department store. If you don't know what Meijer is, if you're not in the Meijer area, it's kind of like Walmart, Target. But they had this kind of cool edition of some Lovecraft, and it's got this like almost fabric sea monster on it coming out there. So yeah, anyway, his mythos tales, I've always wanted to read some Lovecraft and never really have, so I saw this and grabbed it because it was a good price and it was a cool edition. So I'll be reading a little Lovecraft throughout the month. Then manga wise, I'm going to read the next volume of Hellsing and the next volume of Berserk this week. But I'm also going to read Dorohedoro. Been wanting to check this out for a long time, so I'm looking forward to that. And finally, graphic novel wise, I'll probably read Something Is Killing the Children, the next volume this week, but also Go West, an indie comic that I got at a Comic-Con last year. It's a perfect time to read this, Western horror, so excited about that. So that's my plans for this week. I look forward to talking to you about how they went next week in the Beast Tea Weekly. And for now, just remember, it's a good day for a good day. Love you, Beasties. Back to the Beast Tea Weekly. Fascinating. Thank you for that. Exciting stuff. Excited for all those things we're going to be reading. You might also be wondering what's going to be happening on the channel. I've got you covered. Here we go. What's going on? So, today was the first episode of the Beast Tea Weekly. Tomorrow, on Monday, we're going to have another episode of Triple B's Bookmail, where we share, open up using the Bookbringer. Open up packages, share what's inside of them from traditionally published authors through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever, special editions, but also from indie publishers who I've purchased their books or who have been kind enough to send them to me for me to read and show off on the channel. It's always a lot of fun. I love the Bookmail videos. I love tagging the authors in them and getting to talk to them and seeing the excitement in the community and from them, and it's a lot of fun. So look forward to that. Wednesday, there's going to be a video out where I'm going to talk about the indie books that I need to read, the indie books that I'm excited about. I've talked about fantasy, sci-fi, grimdark, hidden gems, things that I want to read. But this Wednesday, I'm going to have a video out where I strictly talk about indie books from indie authors that I have not read yet, that I am super excited to get into. So look forward to that. And then Friday, it's going to be awesome. I am going to share some horror books that I am excited to read. Horror books that I have not read yet, that I'm really pumped about, but there's going to be another wrinkle. Because I haven't read a ton of horror, I didn't think I had enough to do a top 10, but to start off that video, I am going to do my top 5 horror reads of all time, and then go into the horror books that I really want to read that I have not yet. So look forward to that. And then, of course, we'll be back here next Sunday for the weekly Beast Tea, the Beast Tea Weekly. I need to decide before next week what I'm going to call it. So it's going to be a great week on the channel, so look forward to all of that, and look forward to being right back here next week again. Of course, also look out for lots of shorts throughout the week, whether it be unboxing shorts, question of the day shorts, results, like always, and lots of other fun top 5, top 10 type things in my shorts, because those are a lot of fun to make. So those will come out every day. Don't you worry. As usual, we'll have the question of the day come out every morning, and then a video in the evening wrapping that up, revealing the results, giving you my thoughts, and then along the way 1 to 2 shorts of just whatever. So look forward to all of that. And again, of course, we're gonna have Beast Tea Weekly on Sundays, and then videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no matter what. 2 to 3 shorts per day, and then sometimes maybe a bonus video Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. Depends on what's going on, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you're wondering where I'm gonna be this week, I'm gonna tell you right now. On Wednesday evening, I'm going to be live on Jake's channel, Nerd Level Rising, NLR together. I'm going to be on there Wednesday evening. It's going to be a great time. Cannot wait. Jake has become a very good friend on BookTube. I cannot wait to have the chance to sit down and talk to him. It's going to be a lot of fun. On Friday night at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be on Alex at Iskandria's channel. We were supposed to do it Monday, but I had some things come up, so I'm going to be on there Friday night, hopefully. I'll keep you guys posted on that, but keep an eye on both their channels and mine. I will share some links, but also you can go to their channel to see that, so I'll keep you guys posted, but it should be a fun time on both of those channels. I don't have any interviews scheduled for me this week, since I have 2 somewhere else, but look for more soon. I think the next one coming up that I'm trying to figure out right now is to have Sledge himself, Nick Horvath, on to talk about his book Sledge, and that is going to be a heck of a time. He's an awesome dude. And I have lots more that I want to do as well, so look forward to all of that. One final piece that I just want to throw in here, and start throwing in every week, is to let you all know that I am an aspiring writer also, if you didn't already know that. I am working on some books, short stories, novellas, a world, all sorts of stuff that I'm excited to share with you down the road. I don't have a lot right now. I do have some kind of character profiles. I have a couple chapters written. I have the story pretty much mapped out for the first book. So it's in the very early stages. It is going to be more of a grimdark fantasy, similar to First Law, where there is some magic, but not a lot of strong magic. But I do have plans for a series also separate that's going to have more magic in it. But it's just fun. I have a great start. I'm really excited to share more with you down the road. But yes, it is kind of, I take some inspiration from Red Rising, First Law, Star Wars, and kind of mash them all together. And I'm really excited to share it with you as I have more to share. But look for more about that, and this will always be a segment at the end of Beast Tea Weekly where I spill the tea about my writing and start to share some things as time goes on. So look forward to that, and I thank you for your support. And that is going to do it for the inaugural episode of Beast Tea Weekly. I hope you all had a great time. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun to make, and I look forward to doing this every week. It is just a cool, fun time. And thank you, as always, Beasties. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I love this community. I love this tribe. I love all of you. You are fantastic. And I can't wait for us to keep growing, to welcome more people in, to be Beast friends with, and to talk about books and share our love of reading. So thank you very much. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos and you had fun, you thought it was silly, but you had a good time, and you want more, please like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Helps the channel grow. Makes me very happy. And the most exciting thing is, not only will you know when videos come out, you'll be able to vote in the community polls, such as our question of the day, but also we'll be Beast friends. We'll be Beasties. And you'll be a member of an amazing community that's like a family, that's very positive, looks out for each other, and it'll be a lot of fun, and we'd love to have you. So until I see you in the next one, this is Triple B, the Bearded Book Beast, signing off. Until I see you in the next video, devour those TBRs, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. Have a good night. We'll see ya.